Hey, what's up, guys? So, we just finished watching the 11th Republican debate from my hometown of Detroit, Michigan, from the Fox Theater, and clips like this pretty much sum up the night.
Also happen to call him a lightweight, okay, and I have said that, so I would like to take that back. He's really not that much of a lightweight. And as far as, and I have to say this, he hit my hands. Nobody has ever hit my hands. I've never heard of this one. Look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small.
So, as you can see, the first debate after Super Tuesday had no shortage of fireworks, had no shortage of drama, and childish-like rhetoric. Marco Rubio, aka the Rubio bot, apparently got a software update and came in off guns blazing. Came out, attacked Donald Trump, exposed his record on things like Trump University, obviously with that civil suit pending about him defrauding students who were supposed to get lectured about how to grow a real estate business, etc., and that being in civil court right now. Marco Rubio also came out and attacked Donald Trump's record of using migrant workers in Florida as opposed to American citizens, as well as attacking Donald Trump's company using labor overseas as opposed to in the United States to make clothes. So Marco Rubio definitely got a firmware update, definitely came out swinging at Donald Trump tonight. It really made Donald Trump look uncomfortable on the stage. Megyn Kelly, I think, did an excellent job of asking Donald Trump questions, trying to get to specific answers, as well as the other co-hosts who really were not going to leave Donald Trump alone. It's no longer a 6-7 man debate where you have another 5 people to get to on a question. There's only 4 people up there, and really with 3 people being the real front runners, Donald Trump is going to get a lot more questions going forward in debates and town halls and other events. So it's very interesting to see how going in, it appeared that it would be very interesting to see how he would handle them. And as usual, as Mitt Romney predicted in his University of Utah speech, which he gave earlier today, Donald Trump did not react really well. He did not react in the way that you would expect a GOP frontrunner to react. However, I really don't think it affected him. Like I showed you in the clip from earlier on in the video, Donald Trump came out, dissed Marco Rubio, essentially calling him Little Marco, talking about his record in the floor in the Senate, not appearing to votes. It was essentially going on all night between Trump and Rubio. Essentially, who was more of a fraud? Rubio for not showing up to vote in the Senate, or Donald Trump for Trump University, Trump Steaks, Trump Mortgage, Trump Airplanes, all the defunct businesses that Donald Trump has attempted and failed at doing. And Marco Rubio made a point of emphasizing that all night long. John Kasich, I think, had a pretty solid performance as well. He came out, seemed like the only voice of reason really on the stage. He constantly was bringing up his record of working in Washington, working with Ronald Reagan, working on the defense committee, also on the House Budget Committee. Showed his experience, showed his poise, was very poised all night. And he also made a very strong point of getting his message across no matter who was being asked the question. John Kasich made sure he was chiming in. And I think he knew that because he was in Michigan, obviously Michigan bordering Ohio, being really close in that Midwest area, John Kasich really feels like he has a shot of going out and winning a lot of those Midwest Great Lakes states, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, etc. Feels like he can compete there, and his message, I think, really resounded well with the crowd. So I do think he'll finish pretty highly in all of those states. But the surprise of the night for me was Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz had a very, very quiet night. A lot quieter than you are normally accustomed to seeing out of Ted Cruz. And I'm not sure if it was because of the fact that he just really wasn't getting asked that many questions from Megyn Kelly, as the majority of the questions seemed to be going to Donald Trump in order to expose his policy or lack thereof, and to Marco Rubio, which seemed to enable Marco Rubio to expose Donald Trump furtherly. And Ted Cruz was just quiet on a lot of issues. He kind of disappeared, kind of like what you're used to seeing out of Ben Carson from the previous debates. So it's pretty ironic there. In terms of my winners and losers of this debate, if this were a traditional election season, I would have to go with the winner being Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio was very poised, he was very composed. He took the opportunities that he had to attack Donald Trump and he used them very well. He went after Donald Trump's history of donating money to liberal politicians, of supporting John Kerry, of supporting Hillary Clinton, of supporting Jimmy Carter over Ronald Reagan. He went all the way back. I mean, there was nothing, no stone was left untouched by Marco Rubio. So, in the traditional sense, he would have won this debate. But Donald Trump, because of the fact that really he's not going to lose any voters, no one who supports Donald Trump is going to go away from Donald Trump based on a debate performance. The question for Donald Trump is, can he draw voters in, which is a completely different topic for another day. But overall, like I said, Donald Trump's debate performance tonight, I think, did enough to solidify his victories that will probably come this weekend and also next Tuesday, because they play into that narrative that Donald Trump is this anti-establishment, is this outsider that's coming in, and the establishment wants to spend money, wants to attack him, and people like Mitt Romney, Mitch McConnell, and others want to use money and their influence to prevent Donald Trump from being the Democratic nominee. Now, I would like to point out that it was really sad seeing how Marco Rubio and Donald Trump were just going back and forth, kind of like little first graders who want to be in front of the line walking down the hallway in terms of who's winning in more states. I just thought that was extremely childish, but it was nice to see John Kasich be kind of that voice of reason on stage and kind of bring us back to the issues when he was asked about issues. In terms of losers in this debate, I would have to go with, once again, in the traditional sense, you would definitely say Donald Trump because of the fact he was grilled and provided really no solid, legitimate answer with any type of substance on anything in terms of foreign policy. When asked about waterboarding, should it be used as torture, Donald Trump simply said, they'll do it if I say do it, which really just goes to show you how much foreign policy and how much experience in politics in general that Donald Trump has. Definitely would have been Donald Trump in a traditional sense, but honestly, I think it was Ted Cruz was the loser of this debate, given the fact how quiet he was, really didn't show up for seemingly long periods of time throughout this debate, and I think that could have affected him. I'm not, like I said earlier, I'm not sure if it was something that his campaign staff were telling him to do, or was it just the moderation. In terms of a second place finish, though, in terms of a victor, I would have to give it to John Kasich. John Kasich had a really solid performance. Definitely his best performance of the debate season, probably due to, once again, the fact that there's only 4 people on stage. So you're going to see a lot more substantive questions being asked of candidates and a lot more substantive responses being given. And so it was refreshing to see that. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary and breakdown of the 11th Republican debate from my hometown, Detroit, Michigan. I will be covering the Democratic debate from Flint, Michigan this Sunday, so be on the lookout for a breakdown video of that. And if you guys did enjoy this video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'll see you guys later.